I couldn't put it off forever. I knew eventually I would have to talk about my least favorite of the 14 templates presented for the Dresden Files RPG, and today is that day. Strap in, kids, we're talking about lycanthropes. So, first, the lore. Lycanthrope does not define werewolves. A lycanthrope in the Dresden Files RPG is someone who has the mind of a beast, but more importantly, it's an involuntary change. Usually associated with the full moon, and most commonly a wolf spirit. But according to the RPG, it can be pretty much anything. Lycanthropes tend to be violent and pack-oriented. They get really angry, especially the closer it gets to the full moon. They're very bestial. You might be starting to see why I have a problem with these within the context of the Dresden Files RPG. Somebody tried saying, well, it's like the barbarian in Pathfinder. It isn't. Right, so, first of all, there are exactly 5 days every in-game month in which your lycanthrope has full access to their powers. 5 days. Okay, you can work with that, but now as the GM, guess who's keeping track of that? You are. Suddenly, you have to know what day it is to a T. Right? You need to know what phase the moon is in. And that's kind of stupid and pointless, in my opinion. Like, very clearly I'm biased here, but pointless. And it even says, like, oh, having the full moon be near might be worth a compel, which is where you give someone a fate point to invoke one of their aspects. No! No! Okay, compels and aspects should only be used to affect the game in minor ways. Figuring out what phase the moon is in has actual, like, issues with this game. And I'm done. I'm gonna stop screaming at you now. Okay, so for the actual mechanics on page 79, you can find that they require the pack instincts, echoes of the beast, and human form supernatural powers. That comes at a -2, but the human form has the involuntary change clause, putting you at a +2, bringing you back to 0. You always have those powers, meaning that you're more powerful when you're with people that you've designated as your pack, and Echoes of the Beast means you're going to get some fun skill boosts from having a weird animal spirit trapped in your head. In addition, you also have to take Inhuman Strength and Inhuman Recovery, both at a -2. So that brings you up to a total refresh cost of -4, one of the lowest tier templates in the game. So with that, you can be strong, but not very. Like, with the exception of Echoes of the Beast pack instincts, you're a worse werewolf. You're a worse wereform, I should say, because that's the name of the template. And I know this game isn't about numbers, but it even says right in the book there are some players who are going to be frustrated that they don't have their full range of abilities. And that's kind of iffy. I will acknowledge that this game, the Dresden Files RPG, is very good at acknowledging when it's done something bad. Okay, so where does it sit? Like I said, at a 14, straight at the bottom of the list, the worst template in this game that I've encountered so far. However, that's not to say it doesn't have cool things you can do with it. For instance, the Lycanthropes are supposed to have originated with or explain the tales of Viking Berserkers. That could be a fun route to go. There can be some really fun storylines using Lycanthropes as enemies. If one of your players is a Lycanthrope, it's going to be really fun to see them really change and interact with the party based on what time of month it is. Hold all your jokes, please. That's about it. So the game doesn't actually require you to be really angry and violent, but it's what they do. It's what they do. Okay, so my final notes here, not my favorite, but it's by no means bad. It's just that I feel that wear form is much better and more rewarding. If you're looking to make this a bit more viable, you might want to consider alertness, endurance, investigation, might, and survival as important skills for you. You're not going to be much of a fighter, so you might want to consider investing some of those leftover refresh points into stunts that'll help you fight a lot better when you're at your full strength, or maybe even when you're at your weakest. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.